Welcome back to Great Day Live. We are back in the GDL Chenoweth Appliances kitchen with Chef Brandi Alexander, and it is getting sweeter up in here. She is here to show us a few ways to make farm fresh fruit a total crowd pleaser. It is stone fruit season. We were just chatting how it's our favorite season
of the year. You know, peaches, plums, apricots, nectarines, pluots. We've got some Sierra honeys, which are these pretty green little plumish things. You know, they've got a little bit of an apple-y taste to them, but they're so versatile. They're so delicious. People usually think sweet when they think of stone fruit, but it can be savory as well. You know, I love doing sweet and savory.
Yes.
And that's kind of what this one is. This is my prosciutto wrapped stone fruit.
Oh my gosh.
We're also going to be using basil. It's basil season as well right now, which screams summer. And we're going to be making a dip with whipped cottage cheese.
Yes.
No lumps, smooth whipped cottage cheese. So we'll start on the stone fruit first. We've just sliced these into little wedges, and while I'm slicing them, especially the peaches and nectarines, I'll take a lemon and just kind of touch the sides of them so they don't oxidize. You can see where my lemon's a little pink from rubbing it on the plums.
Yeah.
And then I've just taken my prosciutto, because it can be kind of hard to work with, and stacked them right on top of each other and cut them into thirds. Okay. So we've got these little strips of prosciutto now. So if you want to pick out a piece of fruit, whatever your heart desires.
Do a little peach right here.
And just start at one end and just tuck him under the prosciutto. You know, the fat in it kind of acts like glue. It sticks to itself. We're going to wrap it around, and look at the just cute little. You can also take tiny basil leaves, like I've got right here, and take one of them and kind of tuck it out the end of your fruit so it's sticking out.
Oh, cute. Okay.
And then wrap one of your prosciutto pieces around it, and it gives it a pop of color, and basil just tastes phenomenal with stone fruit.
It does. Do you like to shop local for your stone fruit?
I do. It's been a trying season for stone fruit and tomatoes, a lot of things with the weather. But yes, I like to go to all the local farmers markets around town. A few farmers that I know. I get some meat and some produce from several farmers. But yes, I love shopping local whenever I can.
Yes.
I'm going to get that bowl from you.
Oh, yep.
So here we have some just blended cottage cheese. Food processors will not get it as smooth, but even a cheap blender, a hand blender, a stand blender, any of those. We've got a cup of just plain blended cottage cheese. And then I'm adding to it, this is some hot honey.
Love hot honey. I add it to everything.
It's great. I poured this in a skillet, and I threw in some fresh local thyme just to let it infuse, and strained it out. You can use regular honey. If you hate thyme, you can leave it out. You could throw chives in here if you wanted. You could chop basil. But we've got the thyme theme going on in here. So I'm just going to put about half a tablespoon of that in there.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're going to add some of Kinder's the Blend. We've got our salts and peppers and garlics in there. And this is literally all you're going to need to flavor this. You'll be shocked at how, because cottage cheese doesn't have a lot of flavor.
It doesn't.
It picks up flavors super easy. And the honey in here, you'll notice, it'll start to get glossy and shiny, and it'll make the cottage cheese that way, and gives it such a bright pop of flavor. I've got some finished here, and you can see how silky it's gotten just from that honey added to it.
So good.
And then we'll take...
I cannot wait to try. I'm like,
try it.
Please.
You're going to want this sauce on there too, though. So this is just the hot honey, and I've put a little golden balsamic in it, threw it in a pan and reduced it. Yeah, you're going to want that. And you just dip it right into the cottage cheese dip. Did you ever think cottage cheese could taste so good?
Wow.
It's creamy like cream cheese. It's got the wang of sour cream to it. You know, it replaces mayonnaise. It can replace so many things.
It is a great base for so many dishes. I mean, growing up, my mom and I just remember sitting at the kitchen table. She would get some cottage cheese out. We would just get the canned peaches and put it on top. Like, I always thought cottage cheese was always like referred to as like sweet things, but you're like opening my eyes. It can be savory. It can be whatever you want.
So my favorite thing was to eat it with tomatoes out of the garden.
Oh, okay.
But also, you know, my grandmother used to make like this Jell-O dessert that had orange Jell-O and peaches and oranges, you know, different fruits in it with Cool Whip and cottage cheese folded in. I loved that as well. Now, sweets are my absolute favorite. You know, I'm just waiting for dessert all day. And blackberry season in Kentucky right now. Blackberries are a super Kentucky fruit. They are delicious. They're so good for you.
Yeah.
And they're very versatile as well. I use those in a lot of savory cooking, but today we are going Italian and we are making cannolis.
Oh,
I think that's one of those desserts that people are a little intimidated by.
Yes.
And when they see how simple it is, we're taking a cup of ricotta cheese. You can buy it. You can make it yourself. If you buy it, I would get the whole milk kind.
Okay.
It's creamier.
Yeah.
And then if you want your filling super creamy, we're going to add just about a third of this. It is mascarpone. It's really similar to ricotta, but it's a lot smoother and creamier. Almost has like a butter-like consistency to it. We're going to add that in there if you want to start stirring that. We've got just under half of a cup of powdered sugar. Now, I did sift this just so there wouldn't be lumps. You don't have to if you're gonna blend it. We're gonna add that in. We need some vanilla. You can use vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract, or if you're me, both, because I love vanilla. And then the only other thing you need for cannoli filling is a pinch of salt.
Okay. That just kind of helps balance everything out, right?
Always add salt to your desserts. If I'm making icing or ice cream, I always add salt to it. And that's, 4 or 5 ingredients and you have a traditional Italian filling. But of course, I've got to make it my own.
You have to make it extra, as one should.
I've got some blackberry sauce here. You could also do blackberry bourbon sauce. You can just go to the store and buy blackberry preserves if you like.
Yeah.
But all I did was put half a cup of blackberries in a pot, a 1/4 cup of sugar, squeezed half of a lemon in it, and let it cook on the stove until it reduced down.
Okay.
Now, you don't want to go crazy with this because it'll make it watery, but as soon as you stir that in, you'll see that it's a beautiful, bright purple color.
Yeah, look at that.
And if you don't stir it all the way, you can leave some of the purple ribbons in there and it'll show up through the cannolis.
I like that.
Then I've just taken an icing bag and put the filling in here. You can use a Ziploc bag if you like and cut the tip off.
Okay.
We've got some cannoli shells. You can buy these at the store. And I've dipped the ends in white chocolate. I like white chocolate with blackberries. We're gonna pipe that filling right in. Would you like to try doing one?
Yes, please.
Here, I'll let you do that. And so just hold it in the middle.
Okay.
And just make sure you kind of push your tip in because you want to get the center in there too.
Yeah. Look at that.
Beautiful. And then we're gonna take some of our blackberry sauce and just drizzle on that cream on the end. And we'll take a fresh blackberry and just kind of pop in there and just look how beautiful they are.
So beautiful and so simple.
So simple. And if you're not a blackberry fan, leave the blackberries out and you have a traditional cannoli filling recipe. Throw some chocolate chips in there with it and sprinkle some on at the end. And just look how gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. Brandi, you always surprise me every single time you come on. Again, this looked like a huge spread, which, I mean, it is a lot of food. She brought so much food with her today. But you could easily prepare something like this, and it doesn't really take a whole lot of time.
We made all of these dishes from start to finish in what were the segments? 7, 8 minutes?
Exactly.
We made all 4 of them.
So within 15 minutes, you can make all this.
Yes, you can. You can.
Brandi, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping by today. You can get all of these recipes over on her Instagram at chef.brandi.